Okay, it's town dog, and I'm back. I'm taking a little small flight out here in the middle of nowhere. You talk about being nowhere. This is nowhere. Unless you live here, and I guess if you live here, it's home. Okay. Anyway, we're going to try it. Where I am at a little island in the Marshall Islands out there. Uh, the island, the little airport name is Ein, I-N-E. The ICAO is N20. The elevation of the airport is 4 feet above sea level. Two runways, 8 and 26. They're gravel. Uh, gravel, I believe it says. And they're 2,450 feet long, which is pretty long for this little place here. But we're going to the Marshall Island International across the water. I don't think it's very far at all. I hadn't really checked out far, though I don't know. But anyway, that's where we're going to go. It is, like I say, Marshall Island International, PKMJ. It's got a DME 11670, which is distance only. And it's got an NDB, ADF, NDB, 3160. And it's 6 feet above sea level. It's got two runways, 7 and 25, and they're asphalt. So that's what we got. Anyway, let's see if we can't get this thing going. Now, I don't have no bunch of fancy starting equipment in this plane. I haven't added anything to what it's got. In this cockpit right here, we do have a couple of switches here that turn stuff on, but I have to auto start the plane because we don't have no whole lot of stuff going on here. Alright, there we go. Plane is running. That's all I can do with it before I start it. Now the runway airport is right out here. I'm back here in the woods like usual. I thought I'd get back into all this greenery here. We've got, and let's go ahead to the runway. There's the end of it right there. Let's see which one we're going to be on. Let's pull up a pop-up right there. Now, the runway, like I say, the runway was 8 and 26. So let's see which one we're going to be on. Looks like we're going to be on 26. The number's not on the runways, but that's 27. That's 26 right there. So that's runway 26. Alright, before we go any further, I'm going to put the brakes back on. I'm going to bring the autopilot up, the radio stack up. And like I said, the DME was 11670, so that's 670. That'll take care of the distance. I'm going to go ahead and put on distance also. There we go. Now our ADF is 316 or 316. So let's see if we can get this down to there. Whoa, same way you go to jump. 3, that's right, I wasn't low enough. I was saying 6. 316. There we go, right there. That's supposed to be it. Now, I don't know how far it is to it. I don't think it's all that far though, really. And we got a distance of it's only 12 miles, 12.8 miles, so it ain't gonna take long at all for this little flight. But anyway, it's gonna be like say we'll bring up the other little control here, and the green arrow will point to the airport, and the DME on now 1 will give us a distance of 12.8 miles. So let's get this thing in the air and see what we got. We've got through this little gravel airport here. In the air. And we'll get it to moving. Alright, we're in there and flying. Alright, we're going to turn, we're headed west. That's what we're going to do. We do have a DME needle already, so we'll just get over here on it. What I'm going to do, just to make it a little easier on me flying this thing, is set me an altitude of about 1,500 feet, 2,000 at the most. There we go. And I'm going to set this right here on a westerly heading for now. Now our runway heading that's the new airport, 7 and 25. So let's call it 25. So while that's turning here, let's put this on 25 right here, just so we know which way it is. Two 25. Let's see what this is. 25, which is 250. 025. 025. Hope I'm right. Let me get this again. 7 is 070. 25 is 250. Let's go back to 250 here then. So I believe that's going to be right. I believe that right there is going to be what I want right there. I'm about to get confused here now. I need this needle on my left on 25, which is on 27 something. So let's get over that way, past it, and start moving around that way and bring it around. If we fly away from it, opposite direction, it'll move towards where we want to go. So let's fly over this way till that gold needle gets on the left side of center, pretty heavy. I'm going to get it over so we can get to move. We ain't got far to go. We need to get it over pretty quick. We'll try that right there for a little while. Now I could set this on airspeed too, since I've got auto throttle on this plane. N5, how about that? Now we're going to bring the needle on the gold needle on the right hand side around to 25, which is 240, and 250 will be one dot above the 240, 24. So we got to bring it around to there. I'm going to come on around a little more because I want to get over and get over with. Because the airport's right there. I already see it. It's only 8 miles away, but let's bring it around in front of us and see if we run how that runway and everything works out. But I can fly straight in from here. We already know where it's at. It's closer than I actually thought it was by quite a bit. I didn't check any distance. I just looked up on the map where they were, and I noticed it pretty close after I really looked at it. The first thought was full of that. Okay, we're gonna fly across these islands over here. Now I noticed the needle on the gold needle has done come down past 270, headed to 260. At 250 we want to head straight into the airport. But to go straight to the airport, it's come bring the gold needle all the way to the top. Once it gets to 250, that'll get us there. Now the needle on the left is saying 250. That gives me a general idea of what direction I want to be. It don't have nothing to do with flying the plane. The DME on the little indicator, that's nav 11670, I believe is what I said. Yes. And by being 11670 on nav 1 down the radio stack, the DME says 6 miles. It gives you a distance. It does not give you a direction. By me turning it to the direction, it gives me a general idea, but if it had a direction on the bar, it'd be broken. The little red flag at the top would be gone where it says nav. It's not on. All it's reading is distance. It's not reading any directional. So the Golden Eagle now is coming around. I'm just about there. Let me turn toward the airport a little bit. Well, I'm just about around there. I'm just only like 5 degrees being around there. So let's get around this way a little bit. Alright, now we're going to slow this thing down a little bit. I think it'll fly slow enough to do it. I'm not sure how slow this thing will fly. So I'm going to start at 75. The needle now at the top, the Golden Needle is like, it's I'm going to see it's there right now. So I'll bring this around to here and go straight to the airport. Golden Needle to the top. Coming down from 2,000 to 800. 600, 800, somewhere around there. I think it's 7. Coming down to 700, we'll turn everything off. We'll get there. The Golden Needle on the top has got a little past center. Well, I see the airport anyway, but anyway, the Golden Needle's at the top showing direction to the airport or to the ADF. I didn't notice how far it was, whether it was on the airport or what. Looks up at it can't be too far off. The island's too narrow for the east to west. But the needle showed me I'm just a little past 250. But I'm going to go ahead and fly in now. And the direction I'm flying will make me get worse a little better. So it's a little past 250. But the runway heading and me is pretty close together now since I flew around like that and lined up. Main thing is not worried about being dead on it, but be to where you're on the right side. You don't have to work looking for it. There we go, right there. I'll get over this way a little bit toward the end of the needle. Bring the Golden Needle more to the top. Now I can move a little bit outside just temporarily. Come on down, get down there. I'm going to come down to 500. Now I'm outside now, bringing that Golden Needle back over towards where it was. It overshot a little bit. That's right, I'm off line. I'm off trying to get the Golden Needle back where it belongs. Not that I need it. I can see the airport, but if it's some bad weather or something, you'd be trying to get it over there. Now it's right. Back to the airport, bring it back to the top. Now if this mountain, this island here is not over 500 feet above sea level, I know it ain't. We are alright. Now we're in pretty good shape there as far as the Golden Needle is at the top, straight in, and I'm straight in. The runway looks like it's a little offline, but it says that's where it's supposed to be, and if it ain't there, it's not my fault. When it says 2.6, so it could be 5 degrees either way. And still be the same numbers. Now we're down to 500 feet, coming around to the airport. It's a little island out here, middle of nowhere. Nobody in the middle of nowhere is where we at. Of course, the people that live here, this is home, and they're probably proud of it. I guess I would like to see it, but I don't think I'd want to live here. Too much weather-related risk for me. Alright, I'm going to turn the autopilot off now. Autopilot is off. I am now got control, me flying the plane. Let's see if we can put this thing down here now. Somewhere about where we want it. It wants to fly too much. It wants to fly too easily. Sure look close to the ground before the wheels made contact, and it looked like to me I was in the ground. And once the wheels got on the ground, it's right. But it looked like I was in the ground before the wheels actually touched on my video. Once they got on the ground, they looked good, but let's go back up here to the little building. I'll call this thing a small flight. Not very long, but it won't take long to watch it then, will it? Alright, the plane's trying to fly. I see the tail coming up. Getting too fast. That sun reflection on them paint job coming across there reflected back on me. I had it set at dawn, a little after dawn, I think is what I got daylight set at. Or that, we just passed the ADF and we're 1/10 of a mile away from the DME. Let's go over here and park this thing and we'll make this a flight. There's a fuel station. I don't think I need fuel at this point. Right in here and see if we can make this thing a right there, we're gonna call it. Now I'm gonna go back into the cockpit right here. Cut the little switches off, even though they don't do much. I'm gonna shut the engine down. All I can shut it down is cut the fuel off and hold it. I'll let it go, it'll crank back up every time. Learned that a few minutes ago. I didn't know that. This plane don't dive by just hitting the fuel. You have to hold it off. Gravity fed, it comes right back on. Now we got it stopped to get right there, and we'll see where we at. There we go, right there. We look around a little bit. The building's in the way. Oh, lost building. There we go. Building there, and fuel station right over there. And that's it. Alright, that's gonna be it for now. It's a little short flight, and I might do something else later, but right now it's gonna be it for now. This is Town Dog. I'm going bye-bye, and I'll catch y'all later.